the hybrid meetup. Haven't been able to join lately, unfortunately, but I'm really happy to see you guys in person and not just on Zoom. And thank you guys to the founders and the participants of Womxnhouse for having us here. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to read 3 poems today. I'm going to read them just one after another, with a short pause in between. So these poems are basically an internal monologue about finding yourself and accepting the true version of yourself. It's from a chapbook that I wrote last year about having an existential crisis. So, because I was and kind of still am, who isn't these days. But basically, the idea is that there are 3 parts. So there's the crisis where you are questioning yourself. There's the introspection where you are getting to know yourself and getting to stand in your true power. And then there's the peace that comes on the other side of that. So hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully that is clear through the poems. Can everyone hear me like in the back? Okay, cool. These are a little bit emotional, so just a heads up. So I'll tell you the titles before I start reading them because there's not going to be a break in between. So the first one is called Honeycomb, Serpent. The second one is called Master of Will. And the third one is called I Am Fucking Tired. So, here we go. I can't do it. The sounds intensify. Are there people around me talking, or birds singing in the distance? No, there are only bees, buzzing so loudly the sound is abstract. The bees are infesting my ears, festering in the wax, burrowing in the eardrums, stinging the canal nerves raw. The numb comfort isn't painful, rather, it's a stale euphoria. I can't hear, but it's better that way. I can hear the void. It's so loud, it swells up in my brain, bursting with overloaded senses, as cold and unmoving as thick compacts of ice. I can't do it, but the bees crawl out and hover before my eyes. I can't see, but I don't need to. I can't see the other people in the room, mundanely going about their tasks. Can't hear the merciless clicking of keyboards driving me towards insanity. I can't see the half-full coffee cups, books, and stacks of paper. The trees past the window blur. The sky is a color which I cannot perceive. And the snakes slithering down the mountain turn back upward. They turn instead toward the bees about my eyes, slithering faster, yet emotions delayed by false time. They press against the window, chanting with their venomous tongues. You can't. But I have to. You can't. But I have to do it. You can't do it. They spit their venom like fire-tipped arrows dipped in arsenic, 1,000 tongues licking away the winter's frost. I still can't see the people around me. Do they exist? Do I exist? Do the bees and the trees and the snakes exist? The window breaks and the snakes rush in. Their thick scales scratch my esophagus somehow. As I have opened my mouth to scream, they've thrust themselves down my throat. The snakes eat the bees sting the snakes. Thick, smooth bodies wrap around my neck. The bees drone about, hypnotized by the honey-like earwax. Thick, sticky, sickeningly sweet honey, peppered with bees, rolls out of my ears as if someone is tipping me over slowly. As the snakes wriggle and squirm, lodged in my windpipe, the grip around my neck tightens. I can't breathe. Their dark, beady eyes stare at mine through the bee clouds, and their breath explodes out in a burst of smoke. The people are gone. They don't exist. Perhaps they never did. And overcome by a molecular soul-crushing weight, the bees clattered about me, the snakes crushing my throat from the inside out, and the honey pouring out of my ears. I don't exist either.